Hey, day 6 of Cybersecurity Month here. Today we are talking about ransomware as a service. So, pretty much everybody's familiar with ransomware at this point, right? It's the malware that gets installed on your systems. Usually, it encrypts all your files and says, "Hey, give me some Bitcoin if you want your files back." What a lot of people don't understand is that ransomware was such a profitable thing for cyber criminals that it has turned into a full blown business model, now referred to as ransomware as a service. So, what does that mean? CrowdStrike actually has a pretty good article on it. I'll throw it in the description. But basically, what ransomware as a service does is it means a high level, developer of ransomware, rather than also being the attacker or being the one who distributes the ransomware, now sells it to maybe less sophisticated attackers. And what this does is it means that the people now executing these attacks don't have to be as sophisticated or as good at it as they needed to be previously. They have somebody else building the tools for them and leasing the platform to them. Much like Microsoft makes Office for us, right? Like it means that as a sysadmin, you don't have to know how to manage a server anymore. You don't have to do any of that stuff if you want Exchange running. You just have to know how to pay a bill and configure some mailboxes. In a similar manner, now much lower level attackers can pay for a fee, use somebody else's service, or there's a couple different models. In some cases, they become affiliates of the ransomware as a service provider, and they share in the profits. This is a large part of what's driving the increase in ransomware attacks. Not only is it profitable, it's now much easier to use. Let's see, Trend Micro has a cool little diagram that sort of explains it. But if you look into this, I'll see if I can zoom in a little for you. Here's kind of the model. Previously, they would use botnets, they'd send spam, they did ransomware, but you had a single operator here who was attacking people, and this operator needed to know how to use all this stuff. Now they don't really need to do that. It's the RaaS operator here who kind of combines everything, and they might put together the malware and the access and all that stuff, and then these people here can go out and attack their victims. Um, One of the big names that we've seen in the space right now is Conti. They've used it deployed using TrickBot and some other things as well. But Conti is one of the bigger, more well-known ransomware as a service providers currently. So if you see that name popping up in anything related to your systems, understand this is kind of what you're dealing with. It may not be. It's not one single group. It's a probably an affiliate or an affiliation of some sort. But we'll get into attribution in a couple of days. That's one of our topics for later this month. But yeah, today's topic, ransomware as a service. Understand that the only way we're getting rid of ransomware is by making it not profitable. This means ensuring you have good backups, but also stopping people from getting in to begin with, because now with things like not only holding your stuff for ransom, but also trying to extort you by threatening the release of information, yeah, these guys are still making their money. So defend your networks, protect your assets, and make sure that we can put these guys out of business. Stay safe, everyone.